Hello students. So today again I'm here with a video on the tissue, and today we are going to discuss about the connective tissue. So we know very well that the tissues, they can be classified based on the main components of the cell. Either the or the tissue is solid, either it is semi-solid or it is viscous. Okay, so depending on that we classify the tissues. Connective tissues, they have various functions. Okay, first it is protection, structural support is there, connection and binding is there. Tissues, they also have the role of storage. Bones, they can store the calcium and phosphorus. Another function of connective tissues is transportation. We know very well that blood, it is liquid and it is responsible for transportation of the nutrients, gases, waste and hormones that are present in our body. In our body we have white blood cells, red blood cells and white blood cells. So white blood cells, they are responsible for fighting against the infection. Now let's see various types of the connective tissues. Connective tissue, we can have loose connective tissue or dense connective tissue. Okay, and in connective tissue, according to the density of the molecules that are present or the components that are present accordingly. Okay, so another, we have supportive connective tissue. So under that we have the cartilage and bone. Okay, and connective tissue proper, we have loose connective tissue. In loose connective tissue we have areolar and adipose tissue. Okay, and next we have regular, irregular, elastic tissue. Okay, next in case of the supporting connective tissue, you can say we have cartilage. Okay, so in that there is hyaline, fibrocartilage, elastic. Okay, bone, it is compact. Okay, it is very rigid. And next we have is the fluid connective tissue. In fluid connective tissue we have the blood and lymph. In them the matrix is the liquid. Now let's discuss the loose connective tissue. In loose connective tissue, the arrangement of the molecules, they are not very compact. Okay, so in that we can find various components. There are fibroblasts, collagen fiber, elastic fiber, then the ground substance is viscous. Okay, so this is how the areolar tissue, connective tissue looks. Areolar tissue is present between the skin and the muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organs, support the internal organs and help in repair of the tissue. So it is very important tissue. Now next is adipose tissue, which is also a type of loose connective tissue. Now here also you can see adipocytes, that is fat cells are present, extracellular matrix is there. Okay, and this particular tissue is also known as the insulator. Okay, because it prevents the loss of the body heat, okay, into the outer environment. Okay, now adipose tissue it is responsible for storing the fat. Okay, and it is found below the skin and between internal organs, and the cells of these tissues are filled with fat globules, as you can see, and storage of the fat also let it act as an insulator. That means as the adipose tissue store the fats, so this stored fat, it also act as insulator by preventing the loss of the body heat. Now let's come to the dense regular or dense connective tissue. In this we have the regular, irregular and elastic tissues. Under this we have the collagen fibers, fibroblast, nucleus, ground substance. Okay, this tissue, it is present in the tendons and ligaments, okay, and they get less amount of the blood supply, okay. So in irregular tissue we have collagen fibers, okay. In collagen fiber there is presence of the fibroblast nucleus, okay, and there is ground substance, and there is rich supply of the blood, and it can handle the stress, and it is found in the skin and on the covering of the bones, okay. So it is irregular, dense, connective, irregular tissue, okay. Now next type is elastic, dense, connective tissue, okay. So in this case there is the elastic fibers, okay. Elastic fibers, they are number of elastic fibers are present, okay, and fibroblasts are present, and there is presence of the ground substance, okay. And in this case the elastic fiber, these are present in case of the trachea, okay, vocal cord, and some artery walls. Now we'll discuss about the supporting connective tissue. So supporting connective tissue is also of two types. One is cartilage and another is bone. So in cartilage we have hyaline, fibrocartilage, and elastic, okay, and in bone it is the compact and spongy, okay. Now in case of cartilage, what happens is that the connective tissue in which the cells are widely spaced, okay, and the solid matrix is composed of the protein and sugar, okay. The matrix, the ground surface, is made up of the protein and sugar. Cartilage, it smoothens the bone surface at the joints, okay. That means it makes the surface of the bones at joints smooth, and it also is present in the tip of the nose, ear, trachea, and larynx. We can fold the cartilage of the ear, but we cannot bend the bone of our arms, and this is because of its elastic nature, okay. Collagen fibers, lacunae, chondrocytes, and fibrocartilage, these are some of the components which can be present in case of the cartilage. Now children, let's come to the bone. So bone is another example of the connective tissue. It forms the framework and support the body. It also anchor the muscles and support the main organ of the body. It is strong and non-flexible tissue. We cannot bend, okay. And bone cells, these are embedded in hard matrix, and that is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Now you can see the bone cell, okay. Here matrix means the ground surface, okay. So the ground surface is made up of the phosphorus and the calcium, and it has the cells which are called the osteocytes in the lacunae, okay. So this particular tissue is responsible for the less flexibility, rich blood supply, and it also provide the support and protection to the body of the organism. Now children, let's come to another connective tissue, that is the fluid connective tissue. So blood and lymph are the two types of fluid connective tissue. Blood has fluid or liquid matrix called the plasma, and in it we have WBCs, that is white blood corpuscles. Then we have RBCs, that is red blood corpuscles, platelets, okay. And the plasma contain proteins, salts, and hormones also. The plasma contains these hormones which fulfill various functions present in our body. The blood flows and transport gases, digest food, then digested food is also transported, then hormones and waste materials are also transported through the blood to the various parts of the body. Okay, so since the ground surface is, the ground substance is liquid, so it is called the fluid connective tissue. Let's discuss a little bit about the white blood cells. Now, white blood cells, it is of two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Okay, in diagram it is given, an explanation it is not given in NCERT. So granulocytes, they have the nucleus, presence of the nucleus in granular form. Okay, and it is of three types. Okay, basophils, eosinophils and neutrophils. Okay, these are three types of the granulocytes. And agranulocyte, it is of two types, the lymphocytes and monocytes. Okay, so these are the two type of white blood cells that are the agranulocytes. Okay, that means they do not show the granular form. Okay, so that is why the term agranulocyte is given to them. About lymph, it is not discussed in much. So lymph is nothing but it is a fluid that comes out from the blood vessel except the RBCs. Okay, except RBC, plasma, WBCs, or some amount of the proteins or the nutrients or mineral ions that are leaked from the blood vessels into the cell. Okay, that is called interstitial cell. That particular fluid that is present outside the blood vessel is called the lymph or interstitial fluid. Okay, and that is collected by the vessels which are called lymphatic vessels. Okay, and that lead to formation of the lymphatic system. Okay, so here is the information. Basically lymph, they are responsible for the absorption of the fat in the digestive system, and they also are responsible for the defense mechanism in the human being.